radiation, wind, atmospheric pressure, and other factors. Did you know that root systems of plants absorb water from the surrounding soil in various amounts? Most of this water moves through the plant and escapes into the atmosphere through the leaves. Vegetation slows runoff and allows water to seep into the ground. Our focus today on Did You Know Watersheds. Did You Know made possible compliments of the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited. Up next, the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning, eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica wins Windward Islands Under-19 cricket tournament for the first time in 10 years. A St. Joseph man is charged with murder. He is to appear in court this morning. A team from the Regional Security System, RSS, arrives in Guyana as two men are shot dead by police in separate incidents. This is the DBS Morning News. Details right after this.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and Petro Caribe. Here we go with our lead story. A St. Joseph man has been charged with the murder of Obed Cubal Nicholas of that community on the evening of April 10. Gibbs John is expected to be taken to court this morning, where the indictable charge of murder will be read to him. The police have confirmed that two others are in their custody in connection with the murder. The police say active investigation into the murder is on the way. DBS News will follow that development to bring you more in another newscast. Other news this morning: Minister for Agriculture Roland Royer says the global trade tension, which escalated recently, will impact Dominica's agriculture industry. He says farmers could experience higher production costs. He says, however, the investment made by government in Dominica's agriculture is timely.
The recent escalation of global trade tensions will impact the agricultural sector in the Caribbean, exposing vulnerabilities in food security, trade dependencies, and economic resilience. In the region, it is anticipated that we may see a higher production cost for farmers and elevated consumer prices, exacerbating the region's reliance on food imports and straining local economies due to anticipated rise in the prices of important goods, including essential agricultural inputs. In Dominica, we have been working towards building a resilient agricultural sector post-Hurricane Maria, which catered for external shocks, such as this current trade war. In building resilience, the government of Dominica has increased investment in agriculture by pumping over $75 million under the Agriculture Livelihoods Project, with an additional $25 million to be spent by the end of 2025. Post-Hurricane Maria, over $40 million have been spent in rehabilitating feeder routes across the island, which we will continue until all the major feeder routes are rehabilitated.
And that's the Minister responsible for Agriculture, Roland Royer. Other news this morning, the final competition in round 1 of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Contest moves to Soufriere Primary at 2:30 today. The schools down to compete are Soufriere Primary, Bagatelle, Granby, Tetmon, St. Luke's, Newton, Girondel, Wotton Waven, and Mont Prosper. On Friday, a student of Pioneer Prep, Sunny Laville, emerged top in the 5th competition of round 1 of the event. 7 schools took part in the competition, which took place at the Brerian Christian Academy in Bath Estate. Here now is an excerpt from the top reader, Sunny Laville.
President of Dominica Association of Teachers, Marvin Alexander, has advised teachers to perform their duties with distinction in spite of the concern over poor payment. He told the Teachers' Day rally at Dubla on Friday that the welfare of students must be a priority. Meantime, 5 retired teachers were awarded by Dominica Association of Teachers during their World Teachers' Day rally in Dubla.
And that's the top student from Friday's reading competition, Sunny Laville of Pioneer Prep. Here now is the coordinator of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Contest, Kashina Joseph.
And tying for 4th position, we have 2 schools. From the Ebenezer SDA Primary, Kira David, and Sakina Prosper from the Convent Prep. Coming in 3rd, from the Petit Savant Primary School, Malik Smith. 2nd, from our host school, the Berrien Christian Academy, Jahid Walsh. And topping competition 5 in round 1 of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition 2025 is Sunny Laville from the Pioneer Preparatory School.
And that's the coordinator of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition, Kashina Joseph, presenting the results of Friday's competition. So we go to Soufriere at 2:30 today as the competition continues. Acting Deputy Police Chief Jeffrey James says the police investigation into the March 19 riot on Victoria Street near Fort Young Hotel is not yet complete. 25 people have now been arrested and charged in connection with the riot, which occurred as 3 electoral reform bills were being debated in the Dominica Parliament.
Some 25 individuals have been charged under the Riot Act. We have 2 investigators. Each complaint must have at least 12 persons or more. In other words, to constitute a charge, you must have 12 persons or more on the complaint. So we have had 25 persons charged. That doesn't mean to say we are limited to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 30, 40 people. As many can be charged under the Riot Act, 12 or more. So investigation continues with reference to this matter.
And that's the Acting Deputy Police Chief, Jeffrey James, Minister for National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, has denied suggestions that the Dominica Labour Party administration is attempting to suppress free expression. His comments come as some have criticized the arrests of 25 people who were protesting the passage of 3 electoral reform bills in Parliament on March 19. Mr. Blackmore also confirmed that the protesters did not seek permission from the police chief for the assembly.
Let me first say that the notion that your government is repressive, that your government is anti-expression of free speech, anti-people's right to assembly and to protest is false and misleading. And the facts will speak for themselves. Let me just say further that what transpired on the 19th of March last month was nothing close to freedom of expression and freedom of association. Based on the intelligence which I cannot disclose here today, it was a planned protest with the intent to storm Parliament. There was a number of pre-recorded pronouncements and live pronouncement made before that actual date that the intention was to mobilize a significant number of people with the intention of making it difficult for the police to contain. They were not able to mobilize a significant number in the area of 3,000 or 5,000 that they were targeting, and monies were raised for that purpose. But 180 people approximately were actually mobilized, and the 180 people can cause serious disruption. I want to take this opportunity to highly commend the police for the manner in which they discharge the duty on behalf of the people of this country. They will come professional and use reasonable force to curtail a mob.
The National Security Minister has called for a national mobilization and education process against disinformation in Dominica.
We were struck and affected by COVID-19, one of the most devastating disasters to hit this country. We embarked on a national mobilization exercise on education to vaccinate the people of Dominica and to immunize the people of Dominica. Likewise, there's an urgent need for a national mobilization and educational process and program to vaccinate our people against misinformation and disinformation. And what is that vaccine, therefore? That vaccine I want to characterize is knowledge. You should know your right under the Constitution and other relevant laws of this country, as well as your responsibility. And who can provide that vaccine? Those of us and those of you with that knowledge has that moral responsibility to educate our populace and to avoid them from being misled, as we saw manifesting on the street on the 19th of March 2025. There's nothing wrong in descending. There's nothing wrong in actually criticizing the policy of the administration. In fact, it is healthy for democracy. But there is something wrong to have personal issues with the leader of this country. And there is something wrong to want to see the back of this Labour Party administration without the people of this country, by way of an election, deciding so to do.
And that's the Minister for National Security, Rayburn Blackmore. We'll hear from the Director of Public Prosecutions, Shema Dalrymple, in another newscast. She's saying that there are consequences for anyone charged under the Riot Act. Finally, this morning, Catholic priest Monsignor William John Lewis says Holy Week is a significant event for the church. The church began Holy Week with the celebration of Palm Sunday yesterday.
Well, Holy Week is the week when we again remember how much we're loved by God in a very special way. That the Lord is present with us. As I mentioned today in my homily, that He looks beyond our faults and He sees our need, and He sent His Son to die so that we can live. So for what happens is, on the Holy Thursday, we remember how the Lord Jesus instituted the Mass for the first time. We call it the Mass of the Lord's Supper. So here we come together, and again we're reminded that To have communion with each other is also to be kind to one another, to be servant to each other. So we have the washing of the feet. The 12 people are chosen from the community, representing the community, and we wash their feet, symbolic of what Jesus himself did at the Last Supper, to remind them that the greatest among them must be their servant, that the higher we go in terms of authority and power and position, the more is demanded of us to serve the people of God. So even myself as a priest, yes, I'm here to serve. The Prime Minister is there to serve. The President is there to serve. The King or the Queen. The Pope in Rome calls himself the servant of the servants. He's the greatest servant of all. So that is important as well, especially as we call ourselves a Christian nation, that those in authority, those in power, remember that their job is to serve the people. And then we go on to Good Friday, where we have the Passion of the Lord. Again, a formal reminder of the suffering and the death of the Lord. Not to be afraid of suffering ourselves, because we will suffer, but that suffering is never the end. There will come the resurrection. And the Easter Vigil, where we again remember all the good things that God has done.
Monsignor William John Lewis, a team from the Regional Security System RSS, has arrived in Guyana to assist local authorities in the investigations into separate police shootings of 2 men last week. On Saturday, the investigators, along with members of the Guyana Police Force, visited the communities where they met with families of the men who were shot and killed. A 21-year-old man was shot and killed on April 7 as police, acting on information, went in search of him. Police claimed the man was wanted for a rape that occurred between December 1, 2024 and January 31, 2025. The other man was shot and killed during protests on April 8 in Guyana. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover, because paddless diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddlers, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with an update on the Women's World Cup qualifiers now going on in Pakistan. It's the West Indies and Pakistan playing at the moment. Pakistan is batting first against the West Indies women. They are 115 for 3 in 33 overs. Sidva Amin, 45 not out. Muniba Ali, 33. And Alia Riaz, 20. It's Pakistan batting first against the West Indies women. Pakistan 115 for 3 in 33 overs. The West Indies needs to win this one. Now, on to some more cricket news. An over 10-year drought has come to an end as the national under-19 cricket team was crowned Windward Islands under-19 champions on the weekend. Dominica picked up the title Saturday with a record-breaking 10-wicket win over Grenada. Stefan Pascal hit 142 not out as Dominica chased down 224 without losing a single wicket. And on Sunday, with the title already in hand, Dominica posted 318, the highest total in the tournament, as they beat St. Lucia. Dominica ended the tournament with 5 wins from their 6 matches. Head coach of the Dominica team, Phoenix Thomas, says it was a dominating showing.
Well, I never had any doubt in the ability of the guys. As I said before I left Dominica, I kind of changed the norm that we're accustomed to with practicing 2 hours in an afternoon and running overseas with a team underprepared. What we did was something different, where we trained in the mornings from 9:30 until 2:30, 3 o'clock sometimes. And I had the guys staying over at the academy where we could have done more work with them. And I was never in any doubt that the bunch of guys that we had, that we were going to do well. And again, there was some support from some people that really meant a lot to us. The guys received some good incentives, and that, I think, was the driving force in keeping them happy, keeping them stress-free, and ensuring that they perform on the field. So I think all in all, that is what really took us to that level that we performed at in Grenada, and ensure that we were going to come back with the championship, because it's been too long that we've not won the under-19 competition, and we said this year is going to be our year, and we made it happen, winning 5 out of 6 games, and I'm very proud of the guys and the group of people who were here in Grenada representing Dominica.
And that's the head coach of the national under-19 cricket team, Phoenix Thomas. Dominica won the tournament with 10 points. Grenada placed second. Dominica's Stefan Pascal scored the most runs in the tournament with 317 at an average of 79.
The team's performance was exceptional, you know. We set out to dominate this tournament, and I feel we did just that, winning 5 games and only losing 1. I feel we showed everyone what we're capable of. As you said, we had a long drought in terms of the championship, but we finally put that to an end. It's very pleasing to end my under-19 career with a championship. So our performances were very good. You know, we had standout performance all throughout the tournament, and you know, if somebody didn't contribute this game, you know, somebody else would just put up their hand and perform. That's how it went, really and truly. So I'm very grateful for this kind of showing. I'm very happy for the guys.
National Under-19 cricket captain Stefan Pascal. Davin Ford picked up the most wickets with 14. Grenada's Kirsten Murray had the most catches, 7. Most dismissals for wicketkeeper went to Jawain Adams of St. Vincent with 7. The tournament's most valuable player, the MVP, was Dominica's Arsenio Fontaine. He says it was a good tournament for him and is hoping to work on his batting and bowling in the Windward's camp ahead of the tournament.
Me personally, I thought the tournament was great for me, even though I could do a little bit better on some of my areas. It worked well. Team, it was a great team effort. I do think we worked hard, even though we lost one game, but we still ended up winning, which is good. In the coming weeks, I would also look to improve my batting, my technique, my how I bat, my stance, my everything. Working on that the most. Fielding, one to bowling. Yeah, that's what I look to do in the coming weeks.
And that's the tournament's most valuable player, Dominica's Arsenio Fontaine. 7 Dominicans have made it to the Windward Islands 20-man training squad for the upcoming West Indies Under-19 tournament. The squad will be reduced to 14 players following a training camp in St. Vincent. The 7 Dominicans are Stefan Pascal, Luvio Charles, Arsenio Fontaine, Joel Dura, Kester Lestrade, Darren Toussaint and Edmond Moranzi. Meanwhile, President of the Windward Islands Cricket Board, Clement Maslin, has hailed the tournament a success.
I made it my responsibility to look at every team play. And I'm proud from what I'm seeing. I am hopeful for what is to come. And most of all, I am elated that at the end of the exercise, cricket won. Now we here as the administrators of cricket, and me serving as your president for Windward Islands, you can rest assured that our ultimate goal is to ensure that you become the pillars that we can lean upon. You become the ones that will move our cricket forward. You will become the dominant force in the region as Windward Islands cricket. Too long, we have been getting too close. It's now is the time for us to move forward and claim what is rightfully ours. And guess what? We cannot do it with an individualistic agenda. We cannot do it on our own.
And that's the president of the Windward Islands Cricket Board, Clement Maslin. Let's turn the focus now to football. Defending DFA Premier League champions, Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC returned to winning ways with a 3-goal win over Connect 767 Courts Ready Cash East Central on the weekend. The national players Odell Laville, Corbin Paul, and Brel Thomas all registered a goal each as Dubla took the match 3-0 to move to the top of the points table on 10 points. Meantime, despite the victory, the Dubla captain Brel Thomas says he was not happy with the way the team has been playing.
Well, the game was a good game. I feel like we stooped down to the opponent's level because I know my team and even the spectators know my team, fans know our team. So it was a below par performance today. Yes, we won 3-0, we kept a clean sheet, but it should have been more than that. Even if it wasn't more than that, but we should have played a better quality of football.
Let's talk about how you guys have started off this season so far. I mean, yes, undefeated, but I'm looking like you're not happy with how things are going so far this season.
Well, as I said, when I set the standard high for myself, I mean, results is results, but how I focus on my mindset right now is not just the 3 points, but it's how you get the 3 points. I want to win playing good football, and I want my fans to celebrate good football with me as well. So yes, I'm not happy at the moment because I find we could have been doing better, could be playing better, seeing out games, especially post-match game, even if we are down to 8 men. But our experience and quality, we should at least see out that game. So I'm not happy with the brand of football we're playing right now, but I'm happy with the results that we're getting so far, undefeated.
Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC captain Braille Thomas. The loss, meantime, was the 4th straight defeat for East Central. Head coach Stanton Serafin says, despite the poor start, he's seen some positives for the team.
That's our 4th game. Still have not gotten a victory, but the performances, they are improving. We love to have gotten 3 points here today. It wasn't meant to be, but we are seeing a lot of things in terms of our patterns of play, our defensive solidity. They are really coming into shape, and we are very confident going forward that the victory will come. We have games coming up which we believe that we should go out and get 3 points, and we are confident that will happen.
How concerned are you though with the slow start? I mean, 4 games without a point, and you know how things can be in the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 4 games without a point, we are concerned. That's not where we wanted to be, definitely not. But that's how it is, and you can only pick from the positives, look at the weaknesses, continue working on them, continue improving, and hopefully the victories will start coming. It's a long season, that's just the first round, and we know 1-2 victories, you are way up the table, So we are confident. I mean, we are concerned, but we are working at the important thing. We are working in training, and we are seeing the improvement.
And that's the East Central head coach Stanton Serafin. Meantime, the Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers drew level on points at the top of the points table with Dubla as they picked up a comfortable win over Petro Caribe Point Michel. Anton LaRocque got 2 goals and Usher George added the 3rd as the Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers won by 3-0. In other results from the weekend, Valvoline, We United made it 3 straight wins with a 3-2 win over Sajiko Southeast. Randall Kopel, Kian Thomas and Shermia Dangleman scored for We United, while Adriel Lawrence scored for the Southeast. In other results from the weekend, Middleham United got past Promex Harlem United on Sunday. Clemson Isaac and Marcellus Bonney got a goal each as Middleham took down Harlem by 2-0. And finally, Guyana captain, the captain of the Happy Eagles, Tevin Imlach, has praised his team's consistency in lifting the 2025 Regional 4-Day title. Guyana sealed the deal with a draw over Trinidad in their final game of the season on the weekend. Guyana topped the point standings with 126.6 points, ending the tournament undefeated with 4 wins and 3 draws.
Yeah, honestly very excited. Excited to see what the guys did. Some of the stress is growth, and to see the level of improvement from the team. A lot of the guys would have best day. We've had the best year. Kevin Anderson, Ali Mohammed. So it was amazing to see some of the guys, growing from last year to now. Is what you want to see in Western District.
What does this one rank among the titles you have won as captain?
I rank very high. I mean, this is my second one as a captain. So, to win a 4-day tournament is not an easy job. It's 4 days of hard cricket and to do it for multiple games actually. It's very difficult. So, to actually come out and win this one again back to back, it feels special. I mean, we get accustomed to winning them. But every year is a challenge and it's something new. So, it was nice to play among the guys and see the growth again. So.
And that's the captain of the Guyana Happy Eagles, Tevin Imlach. Barbados finished second on 121.2 points. Trinidad third on 111 points. The Leewards fourth on 98.5. Jamaica finished fifth. The West Indies Academy sixth. The Combined Campuses and Colleges seventh. And the Windward Island Volcanoes on 8th place. Unfortunate for the Windwards, finishing in 8th position in the regional 4-day tournament. And the manager of the national under-16 netball team, Kernia James, says while the results were not the best, there are still some positives to take from Dominica's showing at the Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament in Barbados. Dominica ended the tournament with 1 win from their 5 matches played.